in his heart. And that's why you and I are called Abraham's seed and not Moses' seed. Okay? We're not called the seed of Moses. We're called the seed of Abraham. Because there's a restoration of something going on there with the new covenant of Jeremiah 31 that is written in your heart now. Well, that's what it was written. That's why the Genesis chapter 26 verse 5 says that Abraham's seed is going to bless all the nations of the earth because he kept my statutes, my ordinances, my commandments, and my Torah. Torah, just a technical different word, but speaking of the word Torah in the plural. And in the feminine, so you did that. So I believe that was restored in his people. But now they're going into the Amorites and the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Mosquitobites, all the bites, they're going to face in the wilderness. And so they know now that all the words are going to have to be written down. All the words that Abraham knew because it was written in his heart, Vincent, is now going to have to be put in stone. And wherever that stone goes in the ark is where they're going to go, and they were supposed to originally take that into the land, and that they were going to have to see. So wherever the ark went, there's where the commandments was. Okay? So they follow the commandments, if you will, follow the ark, written in stone, all through the wilderness. And the father knew that one day Solomon's going to gather up a whole bunch of wives, and they're going to end up having the kingdom split into the house of Israel and the house of Judah, and his people are now going to be scattered throughout all the earth. And so how can we follow one ark with the commandments in it when all the people are scattered everywhere upon the earth? But we got a worse problem, don't we? Not only could millions of people over time scattered throughout all the nations of the world, everybody follow one ark from place to place with the commandments in it, we don't even know where the ark is. We couldn't follow it if we did have it. I mean, if that's where God's commandments were. And so therefore, the Father's got a double problem. My commandments bless my people, right? My commandments bless my people. And we don't even know where the my people don't even know where the commandments are. So, some people believe they're here, some people believe they're there, they're under the Temple Mount, all those kind of things. To me, the thing is simple. I think the book of Maccabees tells us exactly where. Not exactly where, but it tells us where the commandments went. Jeremiah hid it in a cave. That's what it says. At least something that says where the ark went, as opposed to all the speculation. It says that Jeremiah was going to put the ark into a cave, and when would it be revealed? If you read Maccabees, it says it will be revealed when God once again turns to his people and have mercy upon them. That mercy is recorded in the book of Hosea in the days when the house of Israel and the house of Judah will become one again. And that's when we'll know, that's when we're told the ark is going to be revealed to the people. My opinion, we can run around doing all these kind of other things, but until we are one. So I want to suggest to you the idea of unity. Where are you, Russell? The idea of unity is not just academic. It's not just something, well, okay, I believe it. I'm not going to do it. But I believe it. It's not just an academic venture realm. The idea of unity is the Father blesses us when we're all together in one place. Anytime in the Bible God's people together in one accord, what happened? Miracles were coming forth. Okay? The gifts of the Spirit were in operation to build up and edify the church. That's what the gifts are for, is to build up and strengthen the people. And those things are flowing, and miracles are flowing. How many times in the Bible, when God's people are scattered everywhere, doing whatever they want to do, does he bless them with miracles? 0. So the whole idea of unity is not some sort of, grab your guitars, kumbaya kind of a moment. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is that the Father rewards his children when they get along. How do I know that? I'm a papa. I got 6 children, 22 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren. Like I said earlier, I'm only 38. I don't know how that happened. But I know how kids are. And I know when my kids are fighting and they're hurting each other, probably the same with you guys. You have 1 or 2 yourself. Okay? But when they're fighting and hurting each other, do you reward them? No, you generally put them in the room and say, okay, you're going to stay in your room, not going to be able to go out and play until you guys learn to get along. How many times do we say that to our kids? You guys learn to get along, okay? That's where we're at right now. In this walk, we're all in our rooms, all right? And he's going to let us out one day when we learn to get along. Okay, I'm rambling here, but I'm pretty good at that. Hardest forefront He's going to circumcise the foreskin of your heart. We all know that's all of the scriptures anyway. Okay, now let's get into it. Our Father always does the first work. That never changes. First, some of the evidences. He is Father. That's one of the first evidences that He always does the first work. How many times? I can tell you how many times, but the Bible tells us that we love Him because He first loved us. We were having a men's meeting. I was talking to the men about the fact that the word for men, for males, separate the females, is zakar, Z-A-K-A-R. And that word means to initiate, to speak in behalf of. We as men were designed to initiate. Women, nechla, and the female is nekabah. That means respond. We were designed to initiate. They were designed to respond. That's why when you read the commandments for men and women, say in the book of Exodus or Leviticus, I'm trying to think of the Torah portion that's mostly in that. But one of the things I point out every time we get to that Torah portion is there's commandment after commandment for the man. Man should not lie with this one, should not do this one, should not lie, should be clean with this one, should not lie with this, should not lie with that. And there's like 700 of them or something, and it stops and say, oh, by the way, the woman shouldn't lie with her, whatever. And then it's right back to the men. There's like 300 to 1. And the things that are men. Why does the Father do that? Because we are the men. We are expected to be able to look for that which is good and righteous and holy. And when we do that, the women will respond with what is good and righteous and holy. One of those fails, the whole system breaks down. Right there. And so the whole idea is that He's the Father, which is Ab, which means source of. The idea in Hebrew of father, yes, is used to speak of a male, like the father and the head of the house, but that's not technically what the word means. The word is the source of something. That's why, for example, Abigail. Abigail, is that your name? Is that your name? What a coincidence, okay? Your name means father of exaltation, or exaltation, okay? Father, that's what Abigail, okay? So why does a woman have the Father's name in her name? Because you are actually the source of exaltation. That's what it's trying to say. That's where it comes forth from. And that's why fathers carry the seed, the woman has the egg. Okay, we won't go into those kind of details. Okay, so the head of the house, Abraham, Abigail. Okay, let's do a couple of others. He is revealed in the masculine. Why is the Father revealed in the masculine? Is it because He doesn't like women? When the Word of God takes upon flesh and dwells among us, did He come as a man because He just favors the man over the woman? No, He comes... Okay? No, He came as a man because of the whole idea of the male. He initiates. Our Father comes down to us and moves us. Our Father doesn't sit up there on a throne waiting for us to climb the ladder of theological success, okay, until we reach Him. Okay? He comes down to where we are and He delivers us. He initiates, He makes the first move, and then we respond. So that's why He's in the masculine, not the feminine. He takes upon flesh in the masculine. Once again, He comes to us. He is the cornerstone, the foundation. Yeshua is the cornerstone. What does that mean? Well, if you build any houses, that's the first thing you set down is the cornerstone. Okay? It comes first. He always does things first. That's the problem with religious systems. They want to do the first thing. Okay? And that's why you're cursed. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again because I'm going to prove it in the next couple of days. If you have grace but no Torah, you're cursed. And I hope just give me a few days to prove that. If you have the Torah but you don't have His grace, you're cursed. Those two are designed to work like male and female. Even though the word for Torah is many times exactly the opposite of the word for grace. But see, males are exactly the opposite of females. That's what the word helpmate means, an opposite of. That's what that word help means, an opposite of. And so therefore, it's because they're opposites that they can get together and produce life. If they were both the same, they couldn't produce life. They would be perfectly fine. A male, there's nothing wrong with a male, and there's nothing wrong with another male. But they can't produce life. It's really a tough theological brain-surging question there, but He always does it first. They always come together. He is the seed. The seed's the first thing you plant, right, Brian? Okay? Gotta have the seed first. So that's why Yeshua is the seed. And, of course, he is the word, the information. Bara, the word bara. How many know what that word means? You probably heard that word, bara, translated as create in your Bible. Bara doesn't mean something from nothing. You can't get something from nothing. The universe doesn't work that way, and the Father who put the universe into existence, Al, doesn't work that way either. Remember? He is living, the universe is living. He works the same way as we see things operate in the universe. You can't get something from nothing. In the Bible, things are either seen or they're unseen. That's what the Bible teaches. Things are seen, and according to Hebrews and according to Ephesians, the things that are seen come forth from the things which are not seen. Very simple. So it's not something from nothing. The word bara means to give form or shape to that which is not seen. To give form or shape to that which is not seen. I remember when I was in, I don't know if it was China or someplace a couple of years ago, and Carol was out doing something, and she hadn't heard this message before. She walks in the room, and I said bara, and then I said, and that means to give form or shape or something that you cannot see. She thought I said bra. Okay, think about that later as far as I'll do, okay? But that's the whole idea. Everything comes forth from information. Word. Words are information. Information is words. And according to physicists across the world, information always comes first, then matter. You can't get information from matter. You can only get matter from information. So the first thing that comes forth in the world of physics is the information. That words. So that's why the Bible says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. So whoever wrote the Bible knows perfectly well that information comes what? First, then the matter, and it tells us that in the Scriptures. So whoever wrote the Bible knew things long before Einstein or Richard Hawkins or Stephen Hawkins or Richard Dawkins, either one of those guys. All right, is everybody okay? Give me 10 more minutes? Yes. Okay, all right. Born of the water, the whole John 3 thing. The only thing I'm trying to point out here is that man must be born of the water and the Spirit. The water is first. That's the natural. The natural comes first, then the spiritual. And that is born forth, pun intended, I guess, from the very beginning. I also want to point out that this thing goes fast, doesn't it? Did I miss something? Yeah, we're not going to do that. Pattern of the tabernacle, we're not going to do that. The natural creation. Okay, I'm going to do the introduction to the good, very good thing. Now, I'm going to do this a couple of times because I don't want anybody to miss what I'm saying. Okay? Some of you have heard me do the good, very good thing. How many have heard me do the good, very good teaching? Okay, maybe 11 or something. Okay, all right. At least to remember. By the way, I don't remember who it was, but we were sitting around the campfire after the first night, the next morning, I think, or no, later on that night. And I get a text as I'm sitting there at the campfire. And it says, Mr. Scott, or something like that. After your lecture tonight, I asked my children, what did you get out of Mr. Scott's lecture tonight? His message, what did you get out of that? And my kids said that if we fall asleep, he'll put a cricket in our mouth. I'm okay with that. I'll go with that. Okay? Better than nothing, I suppose. Okay. I want you to see something so fundamental, and because it's in the beginning, because it's wrapped up in everything the Father chose to reveal to us first. I propose to you that what I'm going to be talking about now helps us to understand everything Paul was doing with his brothers in the flesh. Okay? Because it's all based upon the creation in the beginning. That's why Yeshua says so many times, yeah, I know that's what you heard. But in the beginning, it was not so. How many times does he say that? This is his way of saying, yeah, that's what they've been telling you. Okay, but in the beginning, but I say unto you, unless you understand yeshivas, Hebrew yeshivas, you really can't understand what he said there either. But I say unto you, should have caused them to go ape. Okay, I mean, every Pharisee, every Sadducee should have gone totally ape. Right there, as soon as he said, but I say unto you, because into yeshiva, You start out, and how many have seen Fiddler on the Roof and some of those movies? Every movie that has a yeshiva scene is basically the same. It's total chaos. I mean, they're yelling about each other's rabbis, and they're yelling across the room. You would think that at any moment they're going to strangle each other or get someone down in a fireman's carriage or whatever. And it seems like they're in